This is my brother Thomas, otherwise known as Tom, Tommy, Moss, and a select group of people, Finger. Besides from this trip, he's never been backpacking, let alone backcountry camping. So when I asked him, "You want to go to Catalina with me?" I wasn't surprised by his response. After a month of trying to convince him and showing him videos, needless to say, I made him pretty excited and willing to join the trip. So let's fast forward to February 20th, 2026. We're approximately about 3 miles in. We're moving at about like a 19-minute pace, which is actually pretty good. It's gonna get dark soon though, and so you can expect nighttime Ricky and nighttime Tommy coming up soon. This is our view though, which is amazing. It's been a great walk so far. We only got a mile left, just a mile, we're almost there. And then we can have our sweet, sweet lasagna tonight. It's kind of dark, kind of hard to see, but we set up camp. We ate some food. Thomas was pleasantly surprised with the mountain house meals.
Very tasty.
Very tasty. We had lasagna, but we'll be heading to sleep. We're going to sleep on the beach tonight, which is nice. We'll show you in the morning though. It's officially morning time. Tommy's still waking up. The tent ended up well, even though we set up in the middle of the night on a beach, which I've never done before. And we're about to see what the view is actually for the first time. Let's see this thing. All we saw was just darkness when we came last night. Oh wow. It actually is nice. Oh shit. We're opting with the oatmeal, the Kodiak oatmeal for some protein. I think Thomas is pretty happy with that, but very simple. We're kind of on a bougie meal for this trip. And they actually gave us a gallon of water at this campsite. Like, this is very, very, very nice campsite. I mean, they make you pay a decent amount for this. 2 gallons. 2 gallons. So you can make as much food as you like. Today will be good. We have about 12 miles to go today. We're actually going to stop back in town that we started in 2 harbors. Probably get some lunch or some food there at least. And then we'll head, I think it's like 7 miles back, and then it's another 4 miles or so, or 5 miles to Bar Harbor or something like that. I don't know. But eating the oats right now. Doing well. We're almost to the ridgeline here. I've opted to go dad mode with my shorts. Now if you could see those waves crashing down there, that's where we started today. So we've made it a decent way up. It's only been like 3 miles or so. So we've had a pretty steep incline. The next place we're going is up this hill. That's kind of what it's been like, but it looks a little bit nicer than the other ones. How we doing there, Tommy?
Excellent. Couldn't be better.
We're on the ridgeline now, which is really nice. We have views on both sides. To the left we have California. LA's over there. To the right, I'm not really sure what that is, but the Pacific Ocean and yonder. Nice trip. founded by Welch's.
Generic brand.
We're currently descending. We're almost at the bottom. We're almost at lunchtime, which I'm pretty excited about.
Hopefully there's a burger.
We're all both looking forward to possibly a burger in town. That'd be nice. We're coming up on town. Woo! Officially off trail and into town. Let's go find a spot to eat. I'm ready for it. It's about 11:45 right now, so perfect timing actually. And will give us a perfect amount of time to get to campsite tonight. The restaurant was closed, so we went microwave lunch style.
No burger.
No burger involved, unless we wanted to microwave it. We just stepped back on trail. Right behind us is the path we took the opposite direction to Parsons Landing, or Pearson's, whatever it is, landing last night. We're going towards Avalon now. Next stop, next town is Avalon. We'll be staying in a little harbor tonight though. It's another 6 miles there and some more elevation gain. You ready, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's where we were last night, on the smaller island. This is the rest of the island that we have to conquer for the next 2 days. I believe we're heading on this ridgeline right in front of us, right there. And we'll be heading down into the harbor over there. We've officially reached just over 20 miles total in the last day and a half. We've reached our nice little campground, 16A. They got some firewood for us over here, which is nice. It's the bear box. It's a very nice campground. It's a lot better than the usual one.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
We took our talents down to the beach. There's a few people down here. Someone anchored out over there on the boat. It's pretty bright though, so I don't know if you can really see it. Today we're going with 2 different meals. The Peak Performance Teriyaki rice, that's Thomas. And I decided to just go with some normal rice and chicken since we had a pretty greasy lunch and stuff. So 2 pretty simple meals for us. We're gonna enjoy them down here. We got our seating pads. Oh yeah. Yeah, the seating pad's fantastic. If you don't have one, you should check it out. I love these things from Nemo. They're fantastic. Other than that, it's just really nice.
Yeah, just enjoying feet in the sand. Whew, just take a breather for the day.
Yeah.
Well earned.
That Pacific Ocean is cold, 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 cold. Okay, so the beach was filled with flies, so we retreated back to our campsite for dinner.
Ravens or crows, whatever.
Yeah, we came back and some ravens were going through Tommy's bag and looking for his protein bars, but he salvaged half a protein bar that they only got away with.
No, they didn't get away with anything, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found the other half.
Okay, well, a win-win for us. I think we came just in time for the thieves. There's the thieves right now.
Yeah.
There they are.
Stupid little shits.
Here we go. Chicken and rice, not too shabby. You got some carrots and stuff in there. Tommy, how is it?
There's a gourmet meal.
Tommy's pleasantly surprised with the meals on the strip.
Gourmet.
You'd be surprised with how good a meal in a bag can be in some hot water.
Really bright, huh?
So because we're in a desert, it kind of took us a while to start this.
We didn't have a Duraflame log, and there's no twigs.
There's no twigs in the area. There's only wet grass.
So we had to just find as much dry grass, like husk, as possible. and that stuff goes out within like 5 seconds, so you need so much husk.
So we super husked it.
And I fished some charcoals out of like the barbecue grill. There's like 5 charcoal pieces in there.
We inhaled so much smoke, it was unbelievable. So much smoke out of my eyes, I'm going to go blind within 5 years from it now.
But look what we have now.
Proud of it. I'm proud of it. Good morning. It is day 3 of this hike. I just got up out of the tent. I left Thomas behind. I came over here to watch the sunrise over the mountains. Should be happening relatively soon. As I'm watching the sunrise, I'm realizing that I think we're heading to that mountain today, the silhouette of that mountain. So it's a pretty quick hike we have going on this morning. I believe it's only like 8.5 miles or 7.5 miles or something like that. There's also like a restaurant that's like really just an airport that's stopped in between. We'll show you more of that later. But so far, not a bad sunrise. I'm just looking for the sun to pop over the edge. All right, I think we're gonna head back to Thomas now. I don't think the sun's gonna come over the mountains for a little bit more. So we'll head back, wake him up, and start making some breakfast, I guess. But I still can't get over this view or this bay, the fact that you could camp here. It is a great spot. Whoa. There was no good way to get on top of that rock. So I went back for a second, I woke up Thomas. He's getting up right now. But I decided to come to a little bit of a different viewing point. Right there is where that rock I was on just before was. Just getting a little bit of view, but the sunset's coming on. I grabbed a protein bar. I just recently discovered these. These are boulder bars. They're made from Cliff, I believe, but really good. I'm allergic to peanuts, can't have peanuts. So a lot of bars and protein bars have nuts in them, especially peanuts, and so a lot of these don't, which is really nice and just makes my life a lot easier. The only thing that I have with them is that they kind of melt very easily, so on a hotter day it's not really ideal. I mean, come on, this can't get much better than this. This is like ideal. Coming down from the vantage point, looks like Tommy is up. He is on the bench. We're gonna start having breakfast, it sounds like. Good morning, Tommy. You look a little cold. Are you ready for breakfast? Yeah, the oats. Yeah, the oats. This is the start of day 3. Again, a shorter day, but with still some ascent that we're going to start off with immediately. So, it'll be exciting. I'm sure you cannot see it on the Osmo Pocket, but just over there in that ridge line, right where I'm pointing above there actually a group of bison. I don't know if this is the closest we'll get to them. Possibly the trail will come up. It looks like the trail kind of comes up over there, so we might get a better look. But pretty cool. Our first sighting of bison on the island with a nice backdrop of the snow-capped mountains of LA.
There's at least a few.
Yeah, there's probably a dozen over there. Kind of hard to see, but they're over there. We got to that little hilltop I was talking about. I'll see if we can zoom in a little bit. Kind of moving around. Pretty cool. Not far, not close, right in between. So we've stepped off the single track trail. We're now on a road path. It's kind of nice going uphill, but still got some good views in the background. Nice and easy ascent for right now. a nice little reservoir here to take a break. But I'm honestly surprised that there's no bison here. I'm sure there's plenty of bison that come here to kind of get water and stuff like that. It seems like a reservoir that's here all the time. But surprised we don't see any here. We've just come to the top here. We see the airport in the distance. That means lunch is nearby. Oh yeah, Tommy just brought us some burgers. Looks amazing. I cannot wait for this. Got Gatorade. Oh yeah. Got a bacon cheeseburger. We're gonna finish up. We're charging up our battery banks and our phone and stuff like that. Preparation for the last day and a half. It's gonna be good.
We won't get charged until Avalon, so we'll keep it short.
We're about to head back on trail. That restaurant was great. A burger is exactly what we needed. We've been looking forward for that since day one. So now it's time to just go a quick little hike, only 2 miles or so, to Blackjack Campgrounds. It's one of the highest points, I believe, on the trail, or near one of the highest points on the trail. So we might have a little bit more ascent happening, but I think the major ascent of the day has been completed. I might have lied to Tommy about there being no more ascent for the day at the airport.
Yeah, that was a lie.
That was a lie. I didn't realize I lied. I thought we were done, but
Trying to protect me.
try and protect him. We'll walk the 0.3 miles right now, and we'll catch you up when we get there. All right, we are off. It is just after dinner time. We cooked ourselves a nice dinner, set up our tent, and we are back on trail. We're not going to our next destination. Instead, we are pushing the summit of Catalina Island. We are going to Blackjack Mountain, which is an optional 1.9 mile hike round trip from the campsite. But this is going to push us over 40 miles on the total Trans-Catalina Trail. Hopefully my goal with this is to have a nice view of the entire island and also a nice sunset. As tomorrow we're waking up before sunrise in order to get some good glimpses on the ridgeline of sun coming over the horizon, which is going to be really nice and some of the best part of the trail.
Also to get to Avalon a little early too.
Yeah, we want to enjoy the town.
Yeah. That'd be nice to actually experience the nicest part of Catalina.
Yeah. What people really come here for. Not really the Trans-Catalina Trail, most people. So we're climbing the road to the top of the mountain right now. But all of this, we're conquering tomorrow. So we'll be traveling all the way to the corner over there. There's some palm trees, I think. That's where Avalon is. And I think that's where we'll be heading and ending our entire trip, which is really cool. A large island. Larger than it looks on a map, let me tell you. We've reached the top. Right over there, you might be able to see it in the distance, is the airport. That's where we were earlier today. And that in the far, far distance is a small island we hiked yesterday and the day before. So the top of the mountain, like we were saying, it's like an electrical fact. I don't even know what it is. Whatever it is, it's a power plant of some sort, and you're not really supposed to be there to stay around. So we found this little spot a little bit lower. I think, oh, you can't really see it from here. In the background right there is where we were. But we found this little spot on the side of the hill, which is a perfect vantage point of all these little mountains that we've hiked through so far. And we'll watch the sunset from here. Not much left to the sunset, to be honest. Not much left going on. So we're going to head back to camp. We're going to settle in for the night and get ready for an early start tomorrow morning. So we'll see you back at camp, or I'll see you tomorrow morning, depending on what I do with this camera. We'll see. Because we are running low on batteries. That's a big problem this trip. A big problem. So we'll see.
Lesson learned.
Just got to a nice little ridge here. A pretty nice sunrise today. The sun rises in about like 20 minutes or 30 minutes more, so this is gonna be nice the rest of the time. Pretty easy pack. Thomas has gotten used to everything, packing up everything where everything's supposed to go in the morning, so it's pretty smooth this morning. Right now I'm just carrying 2 liters on my back. It's 13 miles or 11 miles to Avalon. We're gonna have some breakfast on the road, so we're gonna need some extra water today. And eat my fig bar right now. Breakfast snack of champions. All right, so we just got really lucky. There's a bison just up a trail. He's bathing in that little bath up there. You might be able to see the outline of him. But we're gonna be quiet when we go by him. Look at him, he's down there. We have to go that way. Right now we're just figuring out where to go to kind of get around the bison, just because he's directly on trail. And we don't want to get too close to the guy. He doesn't seem pretty aggravated, he's just weary of us right now. So we're going to cross this stream up here. Kind of take a shortcut around. But we're going to have a nice view of the bison in just a second. You can see him there at the very, very end. Very cool. A very cool experience, very quick, up close and personal. It seems like he might have moved in the path that we were going, maybe checking us out. So we don't want to stay for too long. But very, very cool to see a bison up that close. Probably within 50 feet or so. So very, very, very cool. Very special. That's what happens when you get up early mornings like this.
Yeah, the horns and everything.
Yeah, and first on trail. Massive, massive animal.
That thing was easily over 1,500. That was huge.
But we'll continue on now. Maybe we'll stumble across a couple more. Hopefully not around a corner though. About a half mile after seeing that bison on trail, and we're coming up to a ridgeline, and there's a whole herd of them in the silhouette of the area, making a silhouette. Oh, there's even more up there. Tommy, there's probably 30 of them all along the ridgeline up there. We'll be hiking towards them so we might get a better view. Again, try not to get too close. Might have to make your own path again today. So we're at a little bit of a crossroads right now. There's about 20 bison that we saw earlier were a little bit closer. They're already on the trail, and they go across behind this bush as well. I don't know how many there are, but there's probably 20 to 30 of them. All spread out. So we don't want to get too close, come over the hill and like surprise them. So we're kind of sitting here waiting to see what our options are, see if they move in any way. I think at some point we're just going to kind of approach a little bit, assess, and then maybe step back if we think it's not safe.
15 minutes later.
They've kind of moved to the right a little bit out of the way that we were kind of aiming to go. We're still just going to wait to have them move a little bit more, and we're going to move up this trail just a little bit and head to the left. All right, it's been about 30 minutes total, and we're going to be making our move. They moved to the right enough. There's a ridgeline, so it's kind of hard to see if they're off the ridgeline. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay off trail for a little bit. Show you what we're talking about over here. We don't know if there's any bison above, so we're going to stand at the grass line, kind of move to the area that we know there's no bison. You can see them all back there now. We're going to come over the ridgeline. You can see them pretty close. Yeah. But a beautiful sighting of them. You can see them all right on trail, which is really, really cool. It's at this point Thomas does no longer wants to stay with the bison. Amazing, amazing view right there. We've officially made it past the bison. Oh, We had to climb up the side of like a hill.
I don't know if Rick was talking shit while I was playing it safe.
Calculated risk, Tommy. Calculated risk.
I calculated it and I said this distance.
So we're back on trail, and that should be the last of the bison that we kind of see, unless there's more.
Look at that view though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view right now.
That's crazy. There's like no foliage to the left.
We had on the map that there was a reservoir around like 7.5. It'll show up on some maps, but I don't think that was a reservoir for like drinking water. I think it's more for like industrial use, possibly more for like if there was like a fire in the woods. And so I believe you need a wrench to open it up, not actually like walk up to it and take some drinking water.
We are not recommending using a wrench.
No, we are not recommending using it. Oh wait, there's one up there, I think. That looks more like it. Yeah, that looks more like a spigot. Hold on, we will update you in just 5 seconds. Here it is. That looks a lot more like it. So this is around mile like 7, a little bit closer to mile 7 than is mile 8 on the trail markers. It's more of like a faucet for drinking just water. Like a, what are those called? Why am I blanking right now?
Water fountain?
Water fountain. Thank you, Tommy. So it's more of like a water fountain, but you can refill here. Perfect. But yeah, around like 7.2, I would say, if you're moving from Avalon. It's breakfast time. Let's get it. After a quick stop at a bench and burning my hand on the jet boil, we are back on the trail. We have about 7 miles left approximately. We'll see the next sign. But burning my hand really sucked. It really comes into the play that you need to have like an emergency little kit on you. Luckily I have some burn cream with some lidocaine, so it's taking away some of the burn, like pain and burn like that's just happening on my hand right now. Not very fun though. But yeah, always have an emergency kit on you. I pack like a little tiny one with some duct tape, some Band-Aids, some burn cream, some aloe, some Benadryl, stuff like that for cases like this. We just came over a ridgeline, just behind this tree. You'll see it in just a second. You can see the town of Avalon.
Full of Avalonians.
So pretty exciting. We're getting there. Pretty sure that the rest of this hike is mostly downhill, but I've said that before, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's another incline somewhere. Currently, we are making the descent into Avalon. We have maxed out, I think, just below 9,000 feet of elevation gain total. But as we finish up, we see our eyes on the prize, Avalon, just a couple miles away.
It's on the other side.
2 miles to go. Only 2 miles left in our adventure. Exciting, but also sad at the same time. Coming to an end. We're now in the campgrounds just outside of Avalon, where a lot of people camp on the first day. I think there's only like a mile or so left of the trail, and it ends by the water. So it'll be pretty exciting to finish this last 300 feet of descent, end up in town, and hopefully have a nice burger and beer waiting for us at the end. But overall, the campgrounds, such as this one behind us, fantastic. They are an immaculate condition. They are prime for staying at. There is nothing wrong about them. They all have level ground, which is really nice. I was never sliding during any of the nights. And they all have garbage cans. They have restrooms or a porta-john.
Pretty much 5-star hotels.
Yeah, pretty much 5-star hotels when you come out to camping. So very beginner friendly. I mean, there was a water fountain in the middle of the trail today. So highly recommend this trail if you have the opportunity. Well, we're gonna finish this up. The last mile or so left. Here we go. 1 mile to go. Very exciting. We're in town right now, basically. Seeing some of the people who live here. There's a golf course, which is pretty cool. There's Tommy up ahead. We're basically just been hiking on a main road now. If Julie was able to come on this trip, she would be loving this ending with the horses. I mean, these are just gorgeous horses. There's so many of them as well. So many. We're officially in the city of Avalon now. And the house is here very nice. It's a nice small... We're finishing up right now, yeah. Great, it was a fantastic time. Thank you. But very nice people, as just seen. Everyone's driving around golf carts. Yeah, it's a little town here. Very, very, very nice. They're probably getting ready for the season, it looks like. Fixing up the sidewalks and all that good stuff. There she is, the finish line. Woo-hoo. So that is all with the Trans-Catalina Trail. 42 miles total with the extra to Blackjack Mountain. We ascended over 8,000 feet and descended over 8,000 feet as well. 4 days total. Overall, it was an amazing trail. Enjoyed it so much. In the future, after this, you could expect a gear video to come, how I plan this trail, and much more. Go check us out on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this. And we'll see you next time, all right?